Hey guys, thank y'all so much for joining this course. This course will be under 15 minutes, but I just want to let y'all know I'm gonna make it real quick and simple, straight to the point. But before we get started, I just want to let you know this course is for educational purpose. This is not legal advice, and I'm not a lawyer. I'm just letting y'all know that to protect myself and you all too. So you see this picture here below there, right? This is 200K line of credit I just got on 9/7. And the reason I'm putting it there, it's not because I want to brag or boast. I just want to show you that this is real. And I'm going to show you proof throughout this video that this is real, okay? All right. So before we get started into the three-step funding program, funding blueprint, I want to tell you a little bit about myself, who I am. My name is Carlos D. Smith, AKA some people call me the credit god. But I'm the owner of Smith Financials, which is a company that we started as a credit repair company, and we changed it to a credit coaching company because we seen that people needed coach as well while we was fixing their credit. So that's a company where we put out the letters for you and also coach you to success too as well. You get your own account manager there. All right. Then I own the Credit Guard LLC, which is partnership with Percy Miller. And our goal with this program was to be able to help people out that, couldn't afford Smith Financials, or that were scared to give, credit companies their information, or they just want to figure it out on their own. These courses here can teach you from anything from, how to fix your credit, to how to build your credit, how to get funding, and also how to get into the credit industry if you want to. All right. Then we have Carlos D. Smith. Excuse me. Carlos D. Smith LLC, which is I created that company because I seen people had a need a coach to go through funding. Their credit was already good, just didn't know how to get the capital. So I got Carlos D. Smith. Only thing you got to do is go there, book your consultation, pull your credit, send it over to me, tell me what you want to do, and I'll put out a blueprint for you to walk you to where your goals are at, and walk you straight to your goals. All right. Also, I'm an author too. Wrote a book, Credit and Funding, the stuff they don't teach you in high school or college. The reason why I wrote this book is I was so passionate because wonder if I could have got this knowledge when I was 18, where would I be? You know what I'm saying? I didn't find out about credit till I was like 37 years old. So, and I'm really passionate, and I'm putting my life on the line by working hard every day and trying to get this content out to y'all so we can help each other, and build that generational wealth for our families so we can teach our families this stuff. So if I teach it to you and you teach your family, and then now your whole generation is coming up. That's why we call it generational wealth. And as you can see here, you see Smith Financials right here, the company on Google reviews. We got a 4.9 with Facebook, 4.6. So we do pretty good in that area with our companies. All right. So let me go further. Like I said, I'm going to be showing y'all proof. So these are some text messages that I had on my phone I pulled out. Okay, I got 7K 2 weeks ago, added her as an authorized user, and she got approved, mom got approved for 25K on a credit card. Just got approved for that 35K Lowe's. I said, great. Right here, and funding so far, 1815, 5 and 5, that's about 43 in funding. That was pretty good. Then I got 15K. I said, that's great. Bro, you really changed everything for me. Last night I signed up for an Amex 20K limit. No question asked. I laughed because it was pretty simple. Then I got 69 on a new pen credit. And now I'm gonna check on the status of my line of credit. And only got approved for 10K. That guy was ungrateful. I only got approved for 10K. What did you have before then? You know what I'm saying? All right, this is a more testimonial. This is somebody else, 25K. And right here, somebody got approved for a check to go and pick up her car. And somebody here got approved for a car. And all right, this one of my own. This is the last one I'm going to talk about. This loan, they told me I had two options. I can get it 708 or I can get 900 on a new construction deal. So, and only thing I have to have is $30,000 in my account. If I can show that, I can get the deal. So I'm just showing you that this is real. If you're in real estate, you're in anything. If you meet this category, you can get approved for almost anything if you meet these things that I'm going to tell you about now. So let's jump straight into it. We 5 minutes in and we got a long way to go. So let's get it. 15 minutes, we'll be done. All right. Check your credit report before applying for credit. That's number one. Reason why you should check your credit report, because you don't want to go out here and think you're going to get approved. You got to know you're going to get approved. And if you follow these algorithms, you will get approved. So the first thing we go look at is your personal information. All right. So the reason why we got to look at your personal information, because it got to match up. When they pull that application, what you put on that application should match what's on your credit report. So make sure that you straighten out your personal information on your credit report. That's your name, birthday, social, and the addresses is the biggest thing. So make sure all that information is straight. All right, B, check out your utilization on each card and make sure it's under 30%. Not your whole total out of all your card utilization up under 30%, but each card, okay? All right, credit history. Your credit history plays a big part of it, because if you have a low credit history, they're going to say you got a thin credit file and won't approve you. So make sure that your age is at least 6-7 years. I'll go to a 7 just to make sure, and you'll get the best approval odds that way. All right, then you got to check your payment history. All right, your late payments can also stop you from getting approved. So make sure that your late payments is over 2 years, 24 months. Most banks only go back 24 months. That's why they ask for 2 years tax return, 2 years this. You already hear that. So you kind of catch the drift on that one. And if they is under 24 months, either you can wait or either you can send out letters to the direct company to try to get them to remove it. It's called a goodwill letter. You can find one online. All right, inquiries. All right, so inquiries can hurt you as well too. 9 inquiries. Once you get to 9 inquiries, they're going to stop approving you for credit cards, loans, lines of credit, because 9 is like the threshold. If you get too many inquiries, they're going to say you applied for too much credit recently, and they'll deny you. So you still can get approved for cars. You still can approve for homes, because they're kind of like an asset. It's like an asset lending where they lending you something they can probably get back. So they don't require that much restriction on this. So make sure you keep your inquiries low. And once you get to 9, it's over. All right. H, high limits. So before applying, always check your high limit on your credit card, because the banks usually give you it give you close to around about how much your highest credit card limit. So if your highest credit card limit $5,000, they usually go give you about 5, maybe 7.5, maybe 10. Very, very highly likely, but they'll give you somewhere that's close to what your highest limit credit card is, except for if it's Navy Federal. Now, Navy Federal, they still give you a $20,000 or $25,000 card if your highest card $5,000, because they really they really go by the credit more than the cards what's in the credit report. So they really easy to get you approved. But just remember that. And if you don't have those, go and check with a trade line company or find somebody in your family to get you one, and then make sure that. I'd rather say a trade line company, because you go make sure they're under 30% utilization and they're not going to have a late payment on it. All right. And then you got to make sure you don't have no derogatory accounts. All right. So what I mean by no derogatory accounts, I mean no derogatory accounts. So if you got some collections on there or some tax liens, collections, repossession, most likely that bank ain't going to lend you. And I'm quite sure they're not. Because the banks are not that lenient when it comes to stuff like that. I'm just letting you know. But if you pass all these checks, and one more other thing, make sure you ain't got fraud alerts if you've been doing your credit. That's the last one. But if you pass all these checks, you're going to be a 720 or better. No doubt about it. So you're going to get approved. And that's all I want to let you know. You're going to get approved if you pass all these checks here. But there's some other factors in it, and we're going to talk about that now, which is income. Okay? So when you talk about income, you got self-employed income and you got employed income, right? Because, you got companies and you got people, the 2 entities, okay? So if you're self-employed and trying to get approved, it could be a bit challenging for you, especially if you're self-employed, because the banks may require additional documents. They may require a tax return, a profit and loss for your business. They might need a balance sheet, or either they might pull a 4506T, which is a tax transcript. Like when you're self-employed, they really go through the ringer to make sure that you can afford to pay back this loan. All right. But that's why I always set myself up on a company. I set myself up on payroll through my company, right? So when you set yourself up on payroll, you know, you can have that W-2 or that check stub that you need. So, and also I signed up with ADP. The good thing about them is I was building business credit, and I can turn y'all on to them. If you have a company, just reach out to me. I can hook you up with my girl. She'll get y'all in where y'all can build y'all business credit and put yourself on payroll. B, if you're employed with the banks, if you're employed, the banks usually just ask you for check stubs or W-2s. And one more other tip, your income is the main component to dictate how much you can afford. Your credit gets you approved, your income dictates how much you can afford. So remember that. The higher your income, usually the higher the approvals, all right? And the last step, always map out your funding. And I'm going to tell you why. Once you get to 9 acres, you know it's almost a wrap, right? Once you get to 9 acres, the banks are not going to lend you, right? So you know this. So by mapping out your funding, you can control how many acres goes here or there. So, and I'm going to tell you how to do that. So how you do that is to be able to call the banks in your local area. The first thing you want to know is what are their requirements for approval for each one of these products. So what I mean by that, so for me to apply for one of your products, how long do I got to be with y'all? 3 months, 6 months, a year? So make sure the banks that you get with, that you know how long you got to be with them before you apply for one of their products, because some of them have some kind of restrictions or requirements. Also, call the bank to see what bureaus they pull from each product that you want to apply for. So if it's a credit card, hey, I'm calling you to see, I want to apply for this Visa, Big Head card, or whatever you want to call it, whatever product they have, and what bureaus they pull from. And the banks will tell you, because some banks don't pull from 2 bureaus, some banks pull from 1 when they deal with loans and credit card. They very rarely pull from 3 unless it's attached to something like a mortgage or something like that, line of credit or, you know, a mortgage loan. All right, so I'm gonna show you an example of that really quick. And what I'm talking about when you do that. So Navy Federal, and this is the last section here. So Navy Federal, so I would call Navy, and you see you got the banking institution, the product name, the time requirement, Equifax, TransUnion, Experian, and Bureau. So Navy Federal, I would call Navy Federal and say, hey Navy, I was planning on filling out for this Visa card. Do y'all have a time requirement I need to be with y'all? They may say no. Then I said, what bureaus you pull from? Then you put yes on here, right? Then now you know that. So you know Navy Federal, go pull from TransUnion. You go to Regions. You ask them about their product. Hey, Regions, Prestige Visa signature card. What's the time I need to be in y'all bank? They may say 0, they may say 6 months, they may say 9 months. Whatever they tell you, just know that and put it here, and you'll know when you can apply for it, all right? But they pull from TransUnion, I know that because I got one, okay? And they don't pull from Equifax and Experian, so I know I'll have another inquiry there if I apply for them. But just remember this, this stuff is regional too, guys, so make sure you call. Don't take this spreadsheet as it's golden, because it's regional, because I didn't see Navy Federal pull from Equifax for the same product, but it was just because it was in a different region. So just make sure that you check that, all right? On Navy Federal, they got the auto loan. When I called them, they told me as soon as you sign up, you can apply. So they pulled from Equifax on the auto loan. TransUnion, nope. Experian, nope. And Chase, this is a really good one, because this one they pulled from 2 bureaus. Chase pulled from the Malice card. Chase, when I asked for the Malice card, you can get it. You don't even have to have a bank account with them. And you can just call them, and they pull from Equifax and Experian, and no TransUnion. So that's all I'm saying, guys. Like, let's just make sure that, you know, we teaching our kids, we teaching our family. That's the end of this presentation, but let's build this generational wealth. Now, I told you I'm putting my life on the line to make sure y'all get the knowledge. Now it's on y'all to make y'all next move. And if your credit good, you know, I want y'all to take advantage of this. And call me back, you know, just hit me up on my DM. Let me know how well it worked for you. You know what I'm saying? But if your credit bad, I think you need to get with one of my other programs. You know, if you want to do it yourself, go to the credit card, find a product for you. If you want us to do it for you and coach you to it, you go to Smith Financials. And the thing is, just get it done somewhere, even if it's not with me. I just want you to, you know, learn this and give it back to your family, start building that generational wealth. And thank you so much. And y'all have a blessed day.